this program. Okay. Now I'm going to comment all these memory related stuff, and I'm going to talk about something called path coverage or code coverage. Look at this. I am taking three integers A, B and C, and there are multiple if conditions over here. Now I am giving a condition like this: if A greater than B and C equal to 0, it executes this. If this condition fails, it comes over here. I am having another OR condition: if B is greater than A and C is less than or equal to 5, print this, else print this. Right? So how many tests that I need to do for this particular program? Right? Okay. You can type that and then send it to me. Okay. Someone says 6, someone says 4, someone says 8, someone says 3. Very simple. I have got path 1, path 2, path 3, path 4. Branch 1, branch 2, branch 3, branch 4. Right? Minimum I need to execute 4. Correct? So I need to execute minimum 4. Because if I want to cover this branch, I need to satisfy this condition. If I need to cover this branch, I need to make this feature false. At least I know you can have 8 conditions or whatever, but there are 4 paths. 1, 2, 3, 4 paths. How do I know that I have tested this path or this path or this path or this path? Can I remember? It is very difficult to remember that part. So how do I do this? This is called code coverage or path coverage. Let me clean it. Let me build it. Okay. Now I am going to use a different tool, same under Purify Plus. This is called PureCoverage. PureCoverage is another tool which will tell you whether you tested that line or not. So if I give one set of input, I will test one path. If I give another set of input, I will test another path. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start PureCoverage. Yes, this session is recorded. This is being recorded, including the voice and the video. Okay. Now I run. You could see pretty similar UI. Now I'm going to the settings, and then it is selecting this module. Okay. Now I'm saying, if you go to the settings, it says coverage is line by line. For example, if I come to the code, I want to know whether this line is covered, this line is covered, this line is covered. Did you test 108th line? Did you test 57th line? PureCoverage will do that part. Now I am going to run this. I will give one input. For example, I will give all zeros. Now I am going to give 0 for all these integers. 0, 0. I am giving 0 for C also. So if I give this input, it will cover one path. Now I hit. It runs, then it will finish and then come back. It has finished the run. Okay. Rational is a tool that checks memory leaks, code coverage, also memory quantification, memory analysis. So Purify is the one for memory leaks and errors that we have seen just now. Right now we are using something called a PureCoverage. This PureCoverage is the one that talks about memory as a code coverage. Now if you see here, I am expanding this. It shows main, this function main is executed. There may be so many lines, out of which it executed 14 lines, but 3 lines were missed. Now I double click. If you double click this, what you see here is there are some lines in blue, there are some lines in pink, there are some lines in red. Any line in blue, that means it is executed. Look at this. This line is executed. That means the program has gone through this path. Now, when it says pink color, right? That means this condition is partially executed. First, it tried to execute A greater than B. 0 is not greater than B, so it never even checked the other part. Straight away, it came to this place. So now I know my program went through this particular path. Let me highlight this, okay? The program came through this path. It executed this. After executing this, it executed only this. Then after executing this, it executed this. It missed this portion and this portion. This is not executed. This is not executed. Right? It clearly tells you which path your program. Now I know I covered predominant number of lines, but I did not cover this condition. I did not cover this condition. This is run 1. Run 2. I am going to do the same thing again. Okay. Hold on. I am going to do run again. Sorry. Okay. Run this. This time I am going to look at this. Hold on to this. If you look at the code, I want to satisfy this condition. That means I should give C equal to 0. A must be greater than B, right? I am going to give A greater than B and C equal to 0. In that case, this branch will be executed. Now watch. I am going to give A greater than B. A is 3, B is 2, C I am going to give 0. Now it has executed condition 1. Let it come back. This time let me verify which path it executed. Okay, I am coming back to Rational Purify Plus, right? Let me expand this. This time, previously we saw 14 lines hit, 3 lines missed. This time it says 15 lines hit, 2 lines missed. What are those missed lines and covered lines? Double click. Now you see this condition is fully executed. Okay. And this is missed. Previous run, if I go back to the previous run, this is the run. If you go here, you could see what time you ran. Run 1 is this, run 2 is this. If I double click on run 1, you could see this line number 31 and 32. 32 was missed. In second run, you could see line number 32 is covered. This is called code coverage. Now I am going to make sure this condition is fully executed. Now I know line number 39 is not fully covered. What I am going to see is this time I will give B greater than A and C less than or greater than 5, right? If I give B less than A and C greater than 5, control will come over here. Let me execute it once again. I'll run again. Now I'm going to say B greater than A. Let me give A as, okay, what is the condition? Let me again check that. Hold on a second. B should be less than A, C should be greater than 5. Okay, that's what I want to give. A is 5, B is 1, C I am giving 9. So B is less than A, C is greater than 5, so that it will come to the next else condition. This is run 3. Now I come back to this run 3. expand, double click, watch this. It has come over this part, it has executed line number 39. That means in some cases I go through this path, in some cases I go through this path, in some cases I go through this path, in some other cases I go through this path. When this happens, right? And also you will know, right now this condition is evaluated, right? Fully. If it is partially executed, it will show it in pink color. So you know there are certain things called, let me type them, okay? Let me take a notepad. There is something called condition coverage. There is something called decision coverage. There is something called path coverage in white box testing. Condition coverage meaning just one condition. That means A less than B. That's all. Whether every single condition is executed as part of every if. The second thing, decision coverage, is compound conditions. That means A less than B, ampersand ampersand C equal to 0. That means unless this condition and this condition are executed, the decision is not yet made. That's called decision coverage. Then path coverage, right? Based on what lines are hit, what are missed. So if you cover the conditions, if you cover the decisions, if you cover the path, right? If you cover all these things, then only I know that you have covered the entire code. Else, there is something missing, right? You have not tested your code fully. Now let me close this notepad. I will show you one amazing thing. I ran 3 different tests. Run 1, 2, 3. Do you see something called auto merge over here at the top? I double click on that auto merge. Look at this. It says in the webinar sample that CPP file, in the main function, totally there were 17 lines. All the 100% of lines are hit. No line is missed. In each run, some lines are hit, some lines are missed. Whereas towards the end, all lines, if you do auto merge, so if I test one function, I can have main function, function 1, function 2, function 3. For every such function, if you write past different parameters, and if you run, ultimately I want to see all the lines in blue. Now tell me, if I buy this tool, give it to every developer, making them to deliver, give me 100% coverage every day. That means every developer must unit test it full and full. No misses, right? But the problem is time, money to buy this tool, right? I don't want to tell the cost of it. You can find the cost of this tool from IBM website. Or again, it's up to you. Cost is the next part. The willingness to do that part, right? Right? Now someone is asking, right, are all white box testing tools come with this feature? Need not be. Different tools come with different features. Okay, so it need not be, right? To me, if I cover all the paths, I cover all the code, right? Code is the superset, path is a subset of the code. So unless I cover all the paths, I don't cover 100% code. To cover the path, you need to determine the inputs, run the program again and again and again to see whether it is working fine or not. Now tell me, How many of you like this part? Path coverage, condition coverage, code coverage. Can you please raise the hands? Wow. I don't see any single person not liking it. As I said, again, there are overheads, right? People need to buy this tool. There's a cost involved, there's a time involved, there's a training involved, right? But if you use memory leak identifications, code coverage, all these things, then obviously, right? Obviously, the program is definitely clean, right? If not, we have a surprise. Guaranteed we have a surprise. We are not 100% sure that every line is tested. So what is my next step? I trust my developers. Correct? The trust on the developer is high, but the trust need not always be the fact. Correct? Trust is different, fact is different. If it fails, developer may happily say, I am sorry. But who is going to answer your client? Right? So if you want to really be hale and healthy, make sure you do exercise. Make sure you take medical tests regularly. Make sure outside is also clean, inside is also clean. Getting to know inside is clean is white box testing. So we have spent almost last 1 hour. I am open to some questions now. If you can shoot questions on these 2 areas, I'll be happy to assist. Maybe for the next 10 minutes we will have some question and answer sessions on memory leaks and code coverage part. We can check by the output of path coverage. Someone is saying, do we need this tool? My honest answer is, in how many places you can put system.out.println. In every if condition, if you start putting system.out.println, or if it is C printf, then or put S, someone has to go back and then comment those lines and then recompile. It is going to be way too tedious. And every time, I'm asking you, every time you need to give me this report. So it is almost impossible for the developers to write and comment and then do this. So better to go for a tool. That's the honest answer. Someone asked, would you like to suggest some open source tools? I'm not aware of such tools. There are tools definitely available, but I would recommend tools, whether it is open source or paid. All I look is a good support. If it provides support, whether it's open source tools or commercial tools, it doesn't matter, but you should have periodic updates. You should get support from them, right? Someone is asking, how will you differentiate debugging and white box testing? When I say debugging, you are going line by line. That means step in, step out, set the breakpoint, and then do. It's very close to white box testing, but when I run white box testing, did I set any debugger here? I just ran. This is like X-ray or MRI scan. Just run it. It gives you the output. Debugging takes more time. Even during debugging, you cannot analyze memory leaks. It's very difficult. You cannot remember all the paths. Whereas these white box testing tools, they provide the path, leaks, everything, right? Someone is asking how to take complex input parameters, windows, handles, objects, etc. Give me probably, I'll show some other tool in another 10-15 minutes. After that, we are going to have something called white box automation. That time I will show you how to pass parameters. Okay, it will help you to understand. Right? Someone asks, how will it check calling a web service? You need to run this tool where the web service is running. You should not run this tool from the place where you call the web service. what you need to do is you need to have this tool installed in the place where web service is installed, and then this can provide that. The next tool that I'm going to show, which will talk about objects at the back end. Right? Java memory profiling is the next one that we are going to talk about. Okay. Using auto pointer, does it solve the memory leak problems? Not always. In certain cases it does, but when people mess up the memory handles, it doesn't help. Right? Yes, there are a lot of code coverage tools. There is something called Bullseye, right? There is something called I think there is. I heard about Emma, but I have not used it. But there are tools. There are different tools. There are open source tools available also. But we prefer any tool with support. That's a basic criteria that we have got. You can use these tools for EXEs or DLLs. Okay. So if I click this run, right, when you select an EXE, it will also take EXT, jar file, everything. So you can also do something like you can call a DLL through an EXE. So you can do that part. You can find the leaks in DLLs also. Okay. Someone is asking, is it mandatory to have code review before memory profiling? Better, because indiscipline starts with bad coding. If code review is not happening by the lead, the indiscipline continues. Rational Purify Plus does not include black box testing. It is only for white box testing. Again, someone is asking how to report the defect. Defect tracking is separate. You have to use a bug tracking system. Okay, if to be very specific to that question, if you find a bug, for example, memory is leaked, Softsmith is providing a free test management tool that is meant for test plan writing and then bug tracking. Okay, so I'm just demoing this. If you can sign up, this is a free tool. Up to 25 concurrent users in your company, it's a free tool, and anyone can start using this tool. If you want to get more details about this tool, you can go to freeqamonitor.com. Okay, so I'll just show this. I'll send the link over message itself to the chat window itself. freeqamonitor.com. You can go here, you can view the demos, and you can register to this. You need not do this now, maybe after this webinar. It has a lot of bug tracking capabilities. Okay, so what you can do is it has got these features: task management, requirements management, test management, bug tracking. Okay, so it can do all these things. So if you go to the bug tracker, then you can, for example, let me go to the issue tracker. Okay, this is a typical bug sheet. So now you'll be seeing my screen. It has got this. Now I will actually show this tool for a moment. You can define multiple projects. It has got task management, requirements management, test planning, test execution, and bug tracking. So if you go to the issues screen, that is where you will get into the actual reporting a bug side of it. Okay, good that someone asked. So you can go to this new issue. Okay, now I can say detailed ad. Someone is asking, is it very similar to QC? Yes, it is very similar to QC, Jira. So this is, but the only difference is that we are having this tool is a freely available tool. You don't have to install it in your premise. It is available. You just sign up and then start using it. So this is how you do this. So you go here, log the bug. You can log the text right from the Purify Plus as part of the description. So you can say memory leak is found in xyz.c line number 15. You can put the text right here, right? So you can use this. Okay, and it provides a lot of graphs and other stuff also. So you can generate various charts and reports. And more than QC used to have only, Jira has only bug tracking system. QC has 4 requirements, test plan, test run and issues. We have integrated task management systems also. So if you want to generate charts, you can always say generate, right? If your company wants to use it for free, forever you can use it free. If you want to buy it, you can go to this website freeqamonitor.com. There is a pricing section, right? And you can send us a mail after evaluating. We will be happy to assist in any of your bug tracking, task tracking. You will get a lot of good graphs, okay, and a lot of reports available also. Okay, so anyway, I will, for example, if I go to the requirement screen, someone asked, can you show the requirements screen? Let me quickly show, and then let us jump back to our white box testing business again. Okay, so you can add requirements. Requirement version type, again this is just a sample data, somebody was testing it. So, and you can use the test planning, including how to write the test cases or how to import. Someone is asking, what is this import? Import means you can have it in Excel sheet, bring it to this tool through in one click. So that's also possible. So you can write your test cases right here, and it can include test steps, expected result, everything right here. So this is a pretty sleek tool that you can have. Either you can use it for free up to 25 users, or if you want to buy, you can see the pricing, you can send us an email. Okay, and it maintains the traceability also. Traceability meaning requirements traceability, which requirement is for which test case is connected to what bugs. Let me log out of this. So if you want to learn more about that, I sent the link. You can go to the freeqamonitor.com. You will get tons of information about our product. This is a product of Softsmith. You can use this. Now, someone is asking, is our info confidential? Yes, of course. For every company that you are storing on the registered site, everything is separate enterprise, so no one will be in a position to share the data with others. So it's all highly exclusive, right? Someone has asked, what is the criteria to use it for free? What is it for criteria to buy it? If you are less than 25 concurrent users, you can use it for free. Or if you want to have it in your premise, you can get the downloadable version from us for a fee. So So this is in Amazon database. So Amazon is highly secured. It is in Amazon database. So you don't have to worry about the security features of this particular product. Okay. And someone is asking how it differs from TFS. Okay. So again, we are not focusing here to compare and contrast multiple tools over here. We are here to inject the knowledge of white box testing, but the features maybe here and there will be free, similar. Someone is asking, will we get all the features in the free version? Yes. The free version has the same feature, right, as the paid version. Another question came, can we generate HTML, XML report from Purify Plus? It generates some of the reports, but not in HTML or XML. It generates in its own format. Fine. Let me close this tool, Purify Plus. I'm going to get back to another machine for white box testing itself once again. Okay.